Today's topic of discussion is body language. Now, body language is going to be the most important form of communication with any person that you're dealing with in society. Around 80 to 90% of all communication is done through body language. So it's not what you're saying, it's not the chat up lines you're using on women or any of this type of nonsense. It's your body language that will dictate your confidence level. So we're going to be discussing some key points in terms of how to effectively maintain good body language, and that right there will be able to attract multiple women. So first point is eye contact. Now, looking at a camera and speaking in front of a camera is completely different to speaking to a woman. So when you're speaking to a woman, right, if you're around, let's say, an attractive woman or a woman that you're interested in, you want to maintain strong eye contact. Yeah. So with your eye contact, if it's strong, right, that indicates to her that you're somebody with a strong personality, you have high confidence, and you're somebody who is on an internal level, you are paying full attention to her. A lot of guys, right, in society, they start talking like this, oh yeah, how was your day and stuff like that. And they're not looking at the person. When you're speaking to somebody, or if somebody is speaking to you, you want to maintain eye contact. So this is what it is with eye contact I'm doing in front of the camera. My eye contact is a lot better in society and with people. In front of the camera, I'm still getting used to these whole YouTube videos. But when it comes to in person, right, my eye contact is pretty much really good. So anytime a person is speaking to me, I'm always locked in into their eyes, dead on. So I'm looking into them, looking into their soul. So that right there, yeah, it shows to the person, this guy here, right, is really listening to me. Because people in general, everyone likes to talk about themselves. So whenever I'm asking them questions or whenever I'm just speaking to them about a certain topic, I'm always locking in eye contact with them. So that right there, yeah, it lets the person know, this guy here, yeah, is listening to me. This guy thinks I'm important. And this guy is somebody who I can have a good relationship with. That right there is all positive things. And especially for women as well. Women like to talk a lot. So women, whenever they are around you, they're always going to be talking pretty much. You got the other type of shy type of girls, nervous type of girls. I'll be discussing that in another video. But in general, right, there's these other girls who in society who've got these masculine tendencies. They like to just talk on and on and on. And certain girls who are nervous, right, they'll just start talking and just start blabbing on as well. So you want to maintain that eye contact with them. So that right there is really attractive. And it shows to the woman that, right, this guy here, he is engaged in the conversation and he's somebody who values me. So that's really important, guys. Next point is voice. Now, with voice, right, you want to be somebody who is not talking too fast. So anytime I'm speaking in front of the camera or I'm speaking in front of people, I maintain a medium set pace, medium to slow. If I start blabbing on, blah, 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 going so fast, that's a turn off for anyone in society, men and women. You know, they think, oh, this guy here, he just talks so much and he talks so fast. And they will not want to continue the conversation. If you're speaking slowly and you're speaking slowly to medium pace, that right there is the best sweet spot to speak to people. Because with that, right, it lets them know that this guy here isn't in a rush to speak to me. He's somebody who is of high confidence and he's somebody who is not trying to seek my attention and validation. The guys who talk so fast, these are the type of guys who are feminine type guys who are looking for attention and they're constantly seeking what other people are thinking of them. So they're trying to get people to think of them in a positive light, and that's why they're talking so fast and they're trying to compensate for the amount of rubbish that they're talking. A lot of the stuff they talk is just nonsense. So when it comes to your voice, right, less is more. So that's what it is. So when it comes to speaking, less is more. So with women as well, less is more. So that includes, for example, your text messages. So I wouldn't even really recommend texting too much. I would recommend using voice notes. Voice notes is pretty much the most powerful effect on women. It has a way more powerful effect on women than the standard text messages, because firstly, you're differentiating yourself from all the other beta males who are just constantly texting her. Second thing is, a woman falls in love with your voice. So when she hears your voice and she hears you speaking, she's going to be playing that, and that's going to be really attractive. So that's really important, guys. So make sure that you're speaking slow to medium pace when it comes to all people that you come across. Next point is posture. So with your posture, right, you want to always stand firm and stand straight. And you want to always, whenever you're sitting down, right, you don't want to be that type of guy who's just slouching and, you're just like bent over. Don't be that kind of guy, because guess what? That displays low confidence, and you are showing that you're in like a submissive type position. So that is a turn off in and of itself when women see that, because they see that this guy here, right, he's somebody who, he's either insecure, he's got low self-esteem, or he's somebody who's got, health problems, with mental health problems or something like that. So if you're somebody who doesn't have any health problems, there's no reason for you to not not have a correct posture. So make sure that you guys are always thinking about, okay, how is my posture? So when you're sat down, right, whenever you're on your phone or TV or whatever the case is, that right there, a lot of people end up having poor posture then, because then they are slouching on the sofa, they're slouching on the chair, and then that ends up forming a habit over several years, and it becomes difficult to break out of that. So you want to start today and start now, and then that way there, yeah, when you've got correct posture, that's going to become really attractive to women. And when women see that as well, they know that this guy here has got high confidence, he's got high self-esteem, and he's somebody who is providing value to society. Because a lot of the guys who are, in a submissive type position, they are trying to not be seen, right? That displays to women that this guy here is not confident within himself. And confidence is one of the biggest attraction triggers in all women. Yeah. So no money, status, looks can ever replace correct body language. Correct body language, correct posture, and correct confidence. So not correct confidence as in high confidence. And then the final point is hygiene. So a lot of guys, right, tend to neglect the hygiene. What they'll do is they'll slap on these clothes, they'll slap on antiperspirants and use all of these harmful sprays and so on. But then if you strip them of their clothes, they stink. These people here, they don't know how to clean themselves. They don't shower on a daily basis, and their hygiene is poor. And then what happens is when they strip their clothes, right, the woman smells them and they get turned off. This is what it is. Reason being is because these guys here are using chemicals on their bodies. They haven't got their hygiene on point, and they are people who are neglecting that side of it. There's no amount of perfume that you can put on and then you think to yourself, oh yeah, a woman's just going to become turned on by that. That's just complete nonsense, because what happens is you're going to end up stripping your clothes and then you're going to end up stinking. So what you want to do is, I'm going to create another video on this on a separate video, but in terms of hygiene, right, you want to get a natural deodorant, right? So Salt of the Earth, I'd recommend. It's a natural deodorant. You can buy it from Holland & Barrett for about £5.50, £5, and it'll last you about 6 months. Get it from Holland & Barrett or Amazon. You can order it from Amazon. It's called Salt of the Earth. So it's the stick, roll-on stick here. So you wet the stick and you apply that once a day. And then clean it with a bit of soap as well. And then also you want to use a natural soap as well. So with a natural soap, right, that right there is going to be, you're going to be able to smell fresh as well with that. So your body's going to smell fresh as well. And then after that, once you've done all of those things there, then you can apply some perfume or fragrance or whatever you want to use, because that adds the cherry on top of the cake. A lot of guys, right, they're just grabbing the cherry and then the cake is just disgusting. So you want to make sure that your foundation is strong, and then that way there, yeah, you're going to be able to be attractive in all areas of life. So hygiene is really, really important, because I see a lot of, for example, women as well, they'll slap all of this makeup on, they slap the flipping perfume on, and then they'll slap the fragrance on, and then when they take off their clothes, they just stink. They don't know how to go to the toilet properly and clean themselves properly, and they don't know how to take care of themselves. So it's disgusting. So you want to make sure that you're constantly leveling your hygiene up and you're constantly improving it. So then that way there, yeah, people see this guy as like, oh, this guy is clean, and guys who are clean, right, those guys there are seen as more attractive. And this is something which you cannot try and replace with money. A lot of guys, right, they think, oh yeah, this is what it is. They just get a bit of money and they think that's going to solve all the problems. It's like, nah, your hygiene is poor. It's bad. And then women are just getting turned off by that. So this is what these guys are doing. They're leading with the money. And when they're leading with the money, the guy becomes an ATM machine for these women. So just to wrap up, eye contact. Whenever you're speaking to somebody, you want to always maintain eye contact. Have your eye contact strong and firm, and it's direct on the person. You're looking directly into their soul. So then that right there, yeah, it shows that you're engaged in the conversation, and it shows that this guy here is somebody who is actively listening to me. So when the guy's thinking he's actively listening to me, that shows to him, yeah, that this guy here, yeah, you've got a good relationship with him. So that's really important. Next point is voice. You want to always speak slow to medium pace. Do not be talking fast. Do not try and blabble on all day long and just talk all this nonsense. You want to keep your sentences nice and simple. Short and simple words. That's what it is. A lot of guys, what they're trying to do is they're trying to use all these complicated words here that people don't even know and they've never even heard of, and then they are expecting people to understand them. When I communicate to people, I try and keep it nice and simple for people. So then my vocabulary, even though I read a lot and I listen to a lot of audiobooks, I like to keep things nice and simple. So then that way there, people from all audiences are engaged. So they are not getting lost and they're not losing track of what I'm saying to them. So that's really important. And then the next point after that was posture. So you always want to maintain correct posture. So whenever you're sat down, whenever you're doing work, whenever you're outside and about, whenever you're walking, always maintain good posture. So that shows to a woman that this guy here is high confidence. It shows that this guy here is somebody who takes care of himself and he's somebody who is assertive. Do you understand? Guys who are submissive, guys who are in a slouching position, guys who haven't got correct posture, they are people who are not confident within themselves and they don't have that sense of high self-esteem. So that's that point. And then the final point after that was hygiene. So with hygiene, right, you always want to maintain a good level of hygiene each and every single day. You always want to level up in all areas of life related to your hygiene. So whether it's your household, whether it's, your room, whether it's, yourself, you're showering or whatever the case is, or, using natural deodorants. These are the things which you're constantly improving. And when it comes to, let's say, skincare routine, making sure your skin's looking on point, looking fresh, these things all matter and they all add up. So when they all add up, right, you excel in all these areas alongside all the other previous videos that I've been discussing, all them points. If you're leveling up in all those areas, trust me, you're going to have a bunch of women lining up, and it's not a word of a lie. Literally, these women here are going to see that this guy here, right, excels in so many different areas that she will have no other choice but to try and lock you down in a relationship. So I hope that makes sense, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.